Hello, viewers. Welcome back to another episode of Living Life with Geraldine Bryant. Oh, this video is something else. It's a video that got to be played. Do you recall that video I did? I think it was, do you recall part 2? Reasons why I stopped coaches, that video. Remember when I was explaining to y'all that I was sick? Check it out. Oh, it's late. I'm sitting over here in one of the bedrooms in the house. And you know what? The time now is and I have a cold and diarrhea. I don't think I have a cold. It's more like a virus. Unfortunately, I didn't make it to the doctor yet, but I will be going. You see, at the time of this video, I've been so busy that I could not myself go to a doctor. First of all, when I wanted to make an appointment, I could not make an appointment because they wasn't seeing anyone. They said that their registry was full. I actually waited a whole month. And then I called back my primary care doctor and they gave me an appointment 3 months down the road. I kid you not. This is April. I believe I called, let me see. I got an appointment in June. So let me see. I called like in February. They gave me an appointment sometime in June. So I'm saying, right, I'm so busy, I can't make it to the doctor or a hospital. I'm so busy that I cannot walk into an emergency room. But I did tell you, did you hear? You heard it, right? I said I did go to my primary care doctor. And I said I got an appointment all the way in the month of June, June 26th at 6:30 p.m. And if you've been watching the channel, you know I've been living in 3 places here, at my daughter's, in the Bronx, trying to sell the house. But in between all of that, I started feeling a little unlike myself. So you heard me talking about I'm not feeling well, and you see I have this cough because I try to see why my grandkids were sick. But personally, myself, I started feeling a little different. First of all, I started gaining a lot of weight. And my foot, I was having like a little issues with my walking, like kind of slow. And I just wasn't feeling well. So I could not wait until June 26th came here so I can go see the primary care doctor because I wanted to have a physical. I wanted to check out my body and see what's going on with it, you know, because I felt different and I wasn't feeling the best, you know. You won't believe it. When June 26th got here and I went to my primary care doctor, trust me, I'm all the way in Brooklyn sometimes. Sometimes I'm staying at my daughter's far out, but I live in the Bronx. So my clinic that I go to is in the Bronx. So my daughter rushed me back and we go, and I take the subway all the way to the Bronx and I get there at 6:30 just to hear some devastating news. Now, this is not nice, what I heard and what I'm about to say, but basically what took place is like the doctor who, my primary care doctor, well, it went down like this. Her assistants came to me in the lobby, and we was not in the same building normally where the doctors is seen at up there in the Bronx. It's Morris Heights Medical Center. We was across the street. So her assistant, I was sitting there and I was eating some cereal because I was hungry. Because I got whiplash. I'm running back and forth, right? And from one house, I'm running back and forth from one house to the other, from one community to the next, from one area to the next. So I have like whiplash and I'm hungry and I was eating some cereal. I was sitting there waiting for the doctor to call me. I registered, I checked in, and I was waiting for the doctor to call me. Her assistant came to me and said, Geraldine, what are you doing here? You know that the doctor, and I said, I'm not going to call her name out because I'm not going to just dog her out like that. The doctor don't want to see you. You know that she told you that she no longer want to be your primary care doctor and for you to find another doctor. So what are you doing here? Now stop it. Let's stop. You know, I was like, what? I'm doing all this and now here you are barking at me, like telling me to get the out of the clinic. She didn't say get the out, but her mannerism and the way how she was talking to me and the way how I was discarded, you know, it felt like the doctor office said, get the out of here. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm saying to her assistant, excuse me, what are you saying to me? So she told me, you know that the doctor don't want to see you anymore. She don't want you as a patient. Why are you here for her to sit? Now, first of all, I was like, whoa, I have a lot going on in my life. The last time I saw this doctor, I was going to have a foot surgery. Remember this picture? I was having foot surgery. So, to my recollection, for me to have this foot surgery, and it was back in 2022, I believe I had my foot surgery, right? It was a simple surgery. It was a toe that needed to be fixed. One toe that kind of crooked, and I wanted it to be straighter, you know, look good, you know. So, in order for me to get this surgery, the foot doctor was saying that I guess after COVID, they wanted to make sure I can be cleared to have the surgery. So I'm having this foot surgery. That's what made me go to the doctor besides doing my yearly visits, right? That's why I went to this doctor because I was having foot surgery and the foot doctor wanted me to have clearance. In order for me to have clearance, I had to have like a complete physical. And because the EKG, something happened with the EKG, they wanted me to go to the heart specialist. So I went to the heart specialist, correct? I went to the heart specialist. And the heart specialist cleared me, said my heart is perfect. It's good. There's nothing wrong with my heart. So I was like, yeah, it was a go to have the foot surgery. Nothing came up. Nothing came up besides something about the heart. And the doctor who was performing my foot surgery said, well, Geraldine, you don't have a high blood pressure. I don't know why they saying something with your heart. I don't know, but we got to check it out. So that's what like kind of prolonged the foot surgery because I had to get all this clearance. And one of the clearance was something they wanted to make sure my heart was good. Everything was good with the heart. It was good. The pressure is good. My vital was good. Everything was well. I was so excited to have my foot surgery because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I was excited. But let me tell you something. When I came out from this foot surgery, I wasn't feeling too good, and I when I came out from the foot surgery, oh, I'm gonna say that the doctor that performed the foot surgery, if you had to rate somebody on a surgery, I give him from 1 meaning very bad and 10 meaning exceptionally good. I would give my surgery a 7.5 because it took a while for my toe to heal, my foot area to heal. And then on top of that, my toes where I had the foot surgery at, for some reason, it's like underneath my nail, I got like some type of fungus. Oh man, it hurts. It hurt. I don't know where that came from. It came from something with the surgery, and it got underneath my toenail, and it made my toenail like really hard and crusty, like that. It hurt. It was like growing underneath the nail of the toenail, underneath the nail, and it was whatever it is. It really hurt, right? And it seemed like it affected both, like 2 toes, not the one I had surgery on. The 2 toes, like going towards the left. So because I know I didn't go into the surgery with my toes like that, being affected like that, when I use a nail clipper or if I go to the nail salon, I made sure don't touch those toes with the same tools because I didn't want to affect my other toes. Because I honestly felt I honestly felt I got that infection in my toe during the surgery. I want to just tell you one thing. I'm talking about the surgery. You know what? Before you have surgery, you're supposed to ask questions. One question I did not ask that foot doctor, because I assumed that I'm going to have surgery and it's going to be the foot doctor who's going to do everything. But when I got into the preparation for the surgery, laying in the bed, but before I go in, a team came up to me. And the doctor was there, and he said, this is the team. The person that put you to sleep, and it was him. And there was more people there, but I can't call out what all they was going to do. I'm going to tell you something. If you have surgery, find out who's the team and who's going to be doing the surgery and who all is going to be involved. Because, you see, what I'm saying is, number one, I didn't know it was going to be more people involved in the procedure of fixing my toe. I thought it was just going to be just a doctor, whereas he's going to fix the toe, he's going to sew it up. I didn't know I was going to have a team besides somebody who maybe, like put you to sleep, and they put you to sleep and they monitor your heart and stuff like that, make sure everything's fine. But it was a team that came to me right before I came in. And I felt like, wow, I didn't know it was going to be a team. You know what? When I came out of surgery, I was in so much pain. And then I realized my other 2 toes that nothing was wrong with it, was infected with the nails so hard and crusty. Like, I don't know how that happened. Never ever. To me, I would never ever go in a surgery with a team. And I want to know everybody. I would never do a team. Because you don't know who messed up. How did my other 2 toes get infected? Toenails get infected with like a fungus. I don't know what it is, But how did that get infected like that? And it hurts too. And it's still there. And this is 24. I have to clip it with a toenail. But anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to say to you is, I don't want to ever have surgery again with a team. Because I think somebody sold me up. I think he did the surgery, the doctor. And then maybe somebody else sold me up. Or maybe somebody else patched me up. Because it was like more people there. You don't know who to blame if something's wrong. It's my fault too, because I never went back to the doctor. I never went back to that foot doctor for him to see my foot. Because I was kind of upset with how my toe turned out. And then I was so busy with moving. You know, I have a very active life here, trying to take care of my mom's property and everything. Like, you know, it's always something going on. Like, when I was talking to you, and I was showing you, like, when I was showing you the video, with me preparing for the buyers to come over see the house, and I told you I put everything in the backyard. Do you know someone stole all my clothes that's in the shed? Like, it's things like that that happens. Like my daughter, we driving and then she gets a flat tire both ways. It's stuff like that that's constantly going on. Who want to still, remember I packed up my clothes? I go back there to go get it because the summer is coming, the weather change. Girl, boy, I have no clothes that I packed up. It's all gone. It's like, what? Oh, I'm tired of all the drama. It's like I have a jealous boyfriend. Like, why would you take my clothes and my pajamas and, you know, I feel like it's like a jealous boyfriend. Like, you know, some type of jealousy. Like, why would you take my clothes? The weather changed and I went back there and I don't have the clothes. I'm tired of this crap. Now, that's all crazy. My toe still is not well, but I can run. You know what I'm saying? It feels a little awkward. You know, it doesn't feel that awkward, but it doesn't feel normal either. And I don't like what the doctor told me. The foot doctor, he told me we had x-ray, everything checked out for the toe and all this other stuff before the surgery come. And then to my surprise, he tells me he put a pin in my foot. Lord, I didn't know I had to get a pin in my toe. I had to get a toe that was fixed, that was a little crooked, that was a hammer toe kind of like. And then I had a bunion on the larger toe. The larger toe, he tells me, when he cut it open, remember I had the bump on my head? He found like the bump on my head that was on my toe. And he had to do extra work by giving me a pin in my bone or whatever. That was a surprise. I thought that, you know, that could be picked up because when I went to the what you call it, the plastic surgeon, and they removed the bump, he told me you can feel it. I never felt nothing like that on my foot. You know, you can see it. I don't know why the foot doctor didn't see it through all the x-rays that I had to take or whatever. It just wasn't there. You know, and then I get a surprise that he did more work than attended by putting a pin in my foot because he claimed it was some pus or like a bump that he said, he didn't even say what it was. He said, I saw what was on your forehead. Now, mind you, I didn't have the surgery for my forehead at that time. When I found out that what was on my forehead, it wasn't called a mass. It was nothing, right? He didn't even have a name for it. So I was kind of mad at this doctor because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do, but he did more, and he didn't do all the work that he told me that he was going to do on my left foot. It was the bunion, a middle toe, and then he was supposed to fix another little pinky toe. He didn't even do nothing to the pinky toe. And then next to the hammer toe, the two toes over I had some crusty nail fungus. I don't know what that is. And then I got a pin in my toe. So I didn't go back to him right away because I was a little upset. When I'm upset with somebody, I don't want to go by you too much because I think I may curse you out, especially when I have so much going on in my life. You know, it's just drama after drama after drama. And my doctor helped me get through it. I did everything I had to do. I was cleared for it. So like I said, I started feeling a little ill, and I had an appointment for June 26th at 6:30 p.m. in the Bronx. And here is the doctor assistant telling me, what are you doing here? You know you're not supposed to be here. You know that doctor who said that she, don't want to see you anymore, and for you to find another primary care doctor. So I don't understand why you're here now. And I'm looking at her like, you know what? I'm sorry. I do remember when that doctor did say something like she want me to find another doctor. But, you know, I had so much going on in my life at that time. First of all, I didn't think she was serious because it's not like I cursed her out. It's not like I told this doctor or got disrespectful to the doctor or anything like that. But the nurse assistants, she helped me to remember what took place in the office that day by saying, she showed me some paper. Now, this is another shocker. She showed me a paper that say, you know, you have hypertension. You're supposed to be on pills. You have hypertension. You got hypoactive thyroids. And I'm looking at her like, whoa, where's all this coming from? I'm very proactive in my health, right? So when she's telling me this, I'm like, whoa, I didn't know I had all of this. Now, I want to say something. During this course of my mother death, I was so busy. I did go to the doctor. They did said something about some thyroid issues. They didn't say it was hypo or whatever type of thyroid issue. It's just was something there. And I went to the doctor and I checked it out, and it was nothing. Right? And then I took some tests on it to dig a little deeper into this to find out about this thyroid thing. And my blood work came out okay. Like it really didn't detect any type of thyroids. And it was like, you know, so far so good, but you could be border or close but point blank, it was nothing there. But then as time went on, I just started gaining all this weight after I had my foot surgery, right? The last time I saw this doctor, this primary care doctor that I had to wait for to June, was when I was having my surgery. That's the last time I saw her. And when I saw this doctor, I was clear to everything. I don't recall her telling me or saying that there was some problem. I don't think I could have the surgery if there was problems, you know? I was cleared to have the foot surgery. So that's why I went all the way into the foot surgery and talking about that. Because when I'm being told now for me not to come to this doctor no more, I was trying to remember the last time I saw you, I had foot surgery. So sometime between my foot surgery after it was done, all of this took place. But I didn't see her. I didn't see this doctor anymore. I only saw her when I was having my foot surgery. That I could really honestly say, right? Maybe I went back to her after the foot surgery. I don't know. Maybe so, because I swear, I'm not lying. I'm that busy. Maybe I did go back to her. And then I do recall she said something about hypertension. My blood pressure was up, something like that. And I was like, knowing me, and I was like, well, you know, I just had like a big bag of chips and I'm running around. I was running and all this other stuff. Would you like to try it again or something? And, you know, take the test again. And I think it was still high. And then she wanted me to, I think she wanted me to take blood pressure pills. And I was like, well, I really don't want to take blood pressure pills because I know once you take, you can't just really get off it. I was like, well, can I monitor myself? Because, you know, I feel good and, you know, I got to maybe, you know, watch what I'm eating and stuff, take it more seriously and whatever. But because I spoke like maybe in that mannerism, she was like, and she doggone sure didn't tell me nothing about no divorce. I tell you that much. She didn't say nothing about that. Not that I recall, you know. But because of that, she tells me she don't want me to be her patient anymore. But when she said it to me, she was like, well, I would like for you to find another doctor. I forgot how she said it, but I recall slightly she did say something like that. See, I'm not lying. I recall slightly she did say something like that, but I was like, well, you know, I got so much going on. Can you give me time to find another doctor? But how could you just tell me not to be your, I didn't know a doctor can just tell a patient, like, to get, you know, like, not to come in their office, you know, like, not to come to them. I didn't know a doctor could do that. So this is what I'm talking about to you today. I was not aware a doctor could tell you they don't want you to be a patient. She has been my doctor, primary care doctor, for maybe about 3-4 years, you know, maybe 5. I can't really remember, you know. I only saw 2 doctors at that facility, one female doctor and then another doctor. I changed, right? And I went to another doctor. Maybe it was a conflict because I used to see the other doctor and now I changed to this doctor, but it's my prerogative. And this doctor told me that, you know, I was like, well, I didn't know you can tell me that I can't come see you for no reason. But to make a long story short, right, I felt that when I got to that appointment at 6:30, I felt from January, remember from January when I wasn't feeling well, when I went to my primary care doctor, I wanted to do a walk-in. And I told you that in the video. I did a walk-in, but because of, I think my symptoms, they wanted me to see the primary care doctor. Like I couldn't walk in for something like that. They wanted me to see the primary care doctor. So remember I told you I wanted to make an appointment, but they said I can't. So I waited a month later. They were like, you can't make nothing now because there's nothing available for her at this time. So a month later, I made an appointment and they gave it all the way to June. Remember that? And now I get there in June. Wait, let's slow it down. And in between me now waiting for this appointment to come up in June, remember I went to the emergency room and then I changed my insurance. Girl, they get real good and fancy now how you do insurance, but who do your medical insurance. So I changed my insurance team because what they was offering me, right? I'm like, oh, you're giving all that? Okay. Zero payment charge for the emergency room. I got hit with $100 when I went to the emergency room. Remember when I was telling the doctor he was filling my nose and I had the respiratory infection? Well, I got hit with $100 and I had insurance. So I didn't like that. I'm not used to paying. I'm poor. I'm not used to paying co-payments or have to pay something. So another insurance company came to me and I had 0 co-payments on everything. And I went for them. So the card that I got on my insurance card, now it has the doctor name down there and the clinic that I go to, their telephone number on my new card. I was very upset with getting there and being told in such a mannerism way, no kind of kindness. First of all, I just like to say that New York City, they got to get it together. And why I'm doing this video, because people, y'all got to know, in New York, things are changing. They changing, and you got to keep up on it. You can't let things just catch you by surprise no more. I know of this woman who told me that her doctor didn't want to see her either anymore. Wait a minute. I had to do this video to say to everybody who's black, because I'm black and I'm poor, to everybody who's poor and black or middle class and black, we gotta know what's going on in the medical field, because the medical field has changed a lot. That I want to start talking about this. Listen, I didn't know a doctor, first of all, can tell you not to come in their office anymore. And if a doctor do that, I would think that a doctor should have to have some type of protocol of paperwork to follow behind it. It's not like, the doctor not supposed to be ghetto fabulous and be like, get the out of here. I don't want to see you no more. No. A doctor's not supposed to be discriminating. No, you can't be discriminating and don't like somebody for who they are or what the color of their skin or what they believe in. You just can't judge like that because a doctor is supposed to save lives. A doctor is supposed to be have good wellness care for you and help you stay alive and show you how to be healthy and have your best health at heart. So for a doctor to tell a patient who's been with them for a while, or tell a patient, period, I don't want you as a patient. I think in New York City we should have some protocols, some bylaws here. Like if a doctor do say this to you, I think there should be a form that the doctor have to fill out. Like how long this person have been a patient with the doctor and why the doctor don't want you coming to their office anymore or don't want to treat you as a provider anymore, because your insurance has to have a provider. You just can't be hopping from doctors to doctors. You got to be in some type of insurance here, right? Unless you're paying out of pocket and you just going wherever. But the point is, the laws have to change. I felt very disrespected, like a slap in the face when I got there at 6:30 in the evening and be told in such a nasty way that what am I doing here when the doctors don't want to see you no more? First of all, she's a doctor. You got to have, it wasn't a doctor who did it, but her assistants. You got to have some kind of common courtesy here in the medical field. You can't talk like we going to a fighting ring, or go get your nails done. You just can't talk to nobody like that. First of all, I feel that there should be some bylaws, some rules written down when a doctor don't want to see a patient and tell why. It should be told why the doctor don't want to see this patient. And it should be written down to wherever the doctors have to report to. I think so. And not only that, the insurance company should have been notified. Because when I changed my insurance, right, and her name is on my insurance card, my medical insurance card. So I was upset and I called my insurance company as soon as I could. I didn't call right away because I'm always busy. I called as soon as I could and I told my insurance company the experience that I had. I told my insurance company, listen, I started not feeling well. I started, and I was getting all this weight. And, you see me in some video swallowing like that. I just wasn't feeling well. And I felt that if this doctor knew that she did not want to see me anymore, I felt that she could even contact me through my email. Miss Bryant, it was good doing business with you, but you can no longer come into my facility. I no longer want to treat you as your primary care doctor. I felt that I should have got, besides her verbally telling me, because you don't know what people going through. You don't know what's all in people's heads or what they going through. Excuse me. I felt that not only should she have told me this verbally, she should have also written me through the email. She should have also notified the medical clinic that I've been going to since 2012. I've been going to this clinic. I think she should have had notified the clinic so that way when I came to the clinic to make an appointment, if I made an appointment with her, I would have been told at the registration desk or over the phone, doctor, no longer have you down as underneath her care, you would have to choose another physician, right? So I feel that the insurance company should have known about it. That way the insurance company would have to put her name down on the card. And most definitely, I wouldn't have waited all those months just to go to my primary care doctor to be seen, to have my physical and talk about what was troubling me medically. New York has to change. This is so wrong that I had to have a video about it, because I'm not accustomed to a doctor telling me that I can't come to their office anymore, especially if I'm not breaking or like trying to hurt you or nothing like that. Her reason for telling me why she don't want to see me no more as my primary, why she didn't want me to be her primary care doctor anymore, is because according to her assistant, she was saying that my pressure was high and I refused to take I think it was high blood. No, she didn't say I refused. She said I said that I don't have high blood pressure and I don't have hypothyroidism, something like that. No, honey. If you told me this, I was trying to figure out, like, could we like work with this? Just because I didn't agree with what you told me right then and there, it didn't mean I didn't agree with you. I wanted maybe more testing, or let's see, let me come back and let's see if this is here like this. You know, knowing me, I probably would have said, well, look, you know, whenever I'm in pain, my pressure is always up, and that's the truth. When I'm in pain, my pressure is always up. It's always up, you know? So I wasn't trying to act like this doctor don't know what she's talking about. But I don't feel that she should have been so hasty and just like push me out and move along to another doctor. It's making me feel like, you know, the healthcare ain't crap no more. I got enough patient. This is a new doctor on board. He needs some patient. Let's move you over there to him. No, it's okay. It happened to me. It's okay. But what's not okay is that I had to wait from January to June to see this doctor to be told this. Somewhere in between, I should have been notified that this doctor don't want me no more as my patient. When I changed my insurance card, when I came back to Morris Heights facility, requesting to see the doctor for a physical, make an appointment, you know, when I could have got something through my email. So that's why I had this video, you know, just in case. What do y'all think about it? I think it was wrong. I think it was wrong how she talked to me. And I think it was wrong for this doctor to be so adamant and just kick me out so fast just because I want to have a say-so in my own health care. It's not like I'm so sickly and I'm on oxygen mask and I'm on pills and I'm walking in a wheelchair and I can't walk and I can't talk. That I'm saying, no, I can't have these. Look, to my knowledge, I'm healthy. And I think it's wrong if she knew I had hypothyroid issues. I didn't know that it was down on your record there. To my knowledge, I did look into it and it was nothing there. I did go to the doctor. I did take blood work for it. I did look into it. But it wasn't like a definite, yes, you have this, you know? So for me to have it, and then I'm gaining weight now, my throat feeling a little, and not know, I think she put my life in danger. Because you know, you can always take care of your illness when you catch it in the beginning, right? I'm a person, I want to know in the beginning, because I go to the doctor every year. Don't forget, I've been homeless for so long. It was mandatory to get 6 months PPD shots. Mandatory to see a doctor every year because I'm in general population. The building they moved me to, I had to see a doctor every year for a physical. I like to keep up on my health, you know? So I feel kind of messed up because you tell me this and you just blew my mind away and then walk away, just leave. And then, when I went to the desk to see if I can make another appointment, they told me the next available appointment that they have opening was in January. This is June. What is the medical field coming to? I would like to talk more about that in future episodes because there's more I want to talk about. So what I'm going to do right now, this video is a little long, y'all, because you got the video here that me talking. But this is another part of the video. You see, I have another YouTube channel, and it's called BWS Inc. BWS space INC. That's my nonprofit YouTube channel. I would like to play a video that I have played on that channel for y'all here with Living Life with Geraldine. The video title is You Should Care About Your Community. Because of what just transpired with me, I like to talk to Black people and say, listen, you should care about your community. Because if this is the kind of treatment we're getting now in the medical field, everything going global, everybody moving into Black neighborhoods, the Black neighborhoods have been diversified and gentrified, and the medical field is treating people like this, I think people should care about their community. So this video right now is going to take you into another video that I did from my other channel. I'd like for you to check it out. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I finally did it, y'all. I finally said, can you subscribe, please? I would really appreciate that. Comment, like, and subscribe. Check out the video that's coming behind here. I'm always going to try to keep us in tune to the real world, what's going on, because if you don't care about the world you live in, anything goes. If you don't care about your community, anything goes. If you don't care about yourself, you be treated any kind of way. So Living Life with Geraldine is an awesome channel because I deal with real things sometimes. Check out the video, and once again, please don't forget to subscribe. Have a good night, everyone. How's everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. I'm inside BWS studio tonight, and it's always a blessing for me to be here. I have on my shades tonight because I'm tired. This whole month I ran. So I'm wearing my shades because I really don't want to show you the tiredness in my eyes. Not to mention, I don't have AC up in here yet, so I'm very hot. You did not tune into the channel to hear that. You came to the channel to find out what's going on with BWS, Black Weight Support. I want to tell y'all something today. I did today for the Black community. I got some good news for everybody. I told you I was going to go out in the community and I'm going to start gathering Black people who care about the Black community to see who want to come out to a BWS orientation. Once you come to the orientation, that's when a person will understand what BWS is trying to do for the Black community. Another thing about this orientation, you gotta be invited. I went out in the community because I've been working very hard with BWS with the fundraising department, trying to have people who have money to donate to BWS. So I think it's time these people start seeing other people, Black people, who also care about BWS. So I decided to go out in the community with my little basket and my little cards that I told y'all about before. You've seen these cards. So I went on out there in the community and I was doing my activism of why people should want to care about the Black community. It was a little rough at first getting started because, I'm also new at being an activist, and it's not easy approaching strangers, especially this day and time with everybody so uptight. But I did it, and I'm glad to say, and I'm glad to report to y'all that I did get some signatures. I decided to go through the email method. A lot of BWS stuff get robbed. A lot of BWS items go missing. So I felt it was best that I will ask for email addresses because BWS do have its own email address. So I went out in the public today and I got a couple of Black people, all different ages, men and women wanting to sign up, willing to come out to a BWS orientation. I'm happy for that because, you got to care about your community. And that's how I came out to the people. I came on the subways, right? And I was outside and I was like, I'm talking to any Black person who care about the Black community, who want to improve the Black communities. And then I took it from there. And I think it's very important that we look at our community, especially what's going on nowadays. Everybody coming up to the United States to have a better life. That's good. I'm not knocking nobody. That's good. But you know what? Coming from a Black perspective, it's not that good when Black people not moving up. It's not good when we not moving up. We still in our same communities. We still living in the slums. We still living in the ghettos. Ain't nobody I know Black has traveled. There's nobody I know Black bought any buildings that's for sale in the Black community. There's nobody I know Black who are homeowners. Now, we do have more homeowners than before. But I'm trying to say, yeah, come on, don't beat me up. But I'm trying to say we should have more Black homeowners. But we don't. We do not have a lot of Black homeowners. Because if we did, our communities wouldn't have been so easy to be diversified and gentrified. Everybody coming up here to New York. New York done went global. They went global, meaning everybody's living up here in New York. When I come outside and walk down my neighborhood, I would think I'm in Manhattan because in Manhattan, I'm used to seeing a variety of people. In Manhattan, I'm used to seeing a variety of cultures. But in the Black community, I'm getting used to seeing a variety of cultures here. You got people cover their face and their heads all the way down to their toes. You have Arabs, Armenians, all kind of Spanish, all kind of Chinese, all kind of different whites, Russians, Polish, Germans, islands. It's so many people up here in New York now. You got Indians, all different tribes of Indian people. New York done went global. Not only the way how the Black people is living up here in New York, they went global with the jobs. Everybody's competing for a job in New York. And I feel that we need to have this support group. We need to have an organization, a platform. We need to have a Black voice that can hear us because United States is not, they swallowing us up. And they inviting everybody over here and saying that we all equal. And I don't think we all equal because I never travel. I don't know a lot of Black people in my community that travel. I don't see them traveling. They're not even homeowners. A lot of Black people don't even have cable or the internet. Believe it or not, they don't. A lot of them don't even have computers. Everybody still have their food stamp card though. So what I'm trying to say to you is that having this support group is very, very important for the Black community. We must have some type of membership of a unity of people within the community, within the Black community, representing us Black people. I didn't say representing the black people of the world. I said we need to have a community of black people representing the black people of our black community. Why not? Why not? I mean, because if you don't, we're getting swallowed up here. We're getting swallowed up. It's hard for us to get jobs with everybody coming over here looking for the same job. And United States is not being fair. United States is making everybody fight by saying, let's see who the best man or best woman get the job. I can understand that. I understand that. But you know what? You also got to look at the cultural level, racial of people who's working. Because the majority of racial, R-A-T-I-O, racial, right? People that's working is not black. It's not equal. It's lopsided. It's lopsided. It's lopsided of everybody who able to buy buildings in the black community. It's lopsided of everybody who could have a business in the black community. Point blank, Black America is not there. We're not here. And with everybody coming over here and looking for jobs and want opportunities and places to live, and with the United States building all these buildings on top of one another, in our suburban, I mean, we're not in a suburban, but you know, this is a community. The United States done changed the black community into like a city living. All these buildings on top of one another, all these high-rise on top of one another. You know, this is ludicrous. And then what makes it so bad, it's dysfunctional on top of it, the system. That's why we need to have some type of group, mechanism, platform, where we can just say, slow down, let's just talk about this for a minute. As a group, and let's look at it. We need a group of black people where we can say, okay, this is how we're going to handle this situation here. Because with so many people coming over here now, I'm going to tell you, it's so bad that the customer service stink. And doggone near every department. With so many people now coming over here, right? And everybody else inside this neighborhood who all been stuck on poverty, the welfare line, the food stamp office, middle class. When we go for assistance now, y'all should see it. You know, because people don't know how it is, people who live on handouts with the government. You should see it. You sit down, and then the loudspeaker starts talking in English. Welcome to the food stamp office. Listen for your number to be called. No arguing or cursing or whatever. And then it goes into Spanish. Then it goes into Creole. Then it goes into Donlan. Then it goes into Asian. Then it starts speaking some type of Arab information. And, you know, it's messed up. They start speaking some Arab type of languages, I mean. And it get messed up because me as an American, I'm sitting there and you just hearing all these different languages. I never even traveled. And I'm sitting here trying to get my food stamps so I can have food on the table. Or I'm sitting here trying to get my assistance, whatever the government is giving to me. But he's not just giving it to me no more. He's giving it to everybody. And now our system got literature written in every language there is. Every language there is. And you know what? We have to pay for that. We all paying for that. And then we hiring everybody from every language so they can all understand, because United States said we all equal. You know, that's messed up. Because as an American, to sit there and listen to everybody's language, yo, I never even traveled before, but it get kind of like depressing. Cause I've been homeless for so long, and it's not just being homeless. It's like black people, we don't move up. I do not know no black American girl who is in the modeling business, in the fashion world, besides Tyra Banks. I don't know Tyra Banks, but I do know Tyra Banks is black, right? She's the only black girl I know. There's no black girls, no black females, anywhere in a prestigious job. There's no black man buying any apartment buildings for sale in my black neighborhood. There's no black families running any other the bodegas, the supermarkets, the corner stores. Nothing, nada, nothing. And for us to sit here and been stuck on $7 an hour, and now it just moved up to $15 an hour, and then everybody got all these nice, you should see the apartments now coming around here. They kind of like middle class luxury apartments now, security guard 24 hour, all kind of amenities inside the building, the nice walk-in buildings. But it costs nice money to live there. It costs a lot of money now to live in those kind of buildings, right? A one-bedroom going for $2,600 a month. Not to mention, you got to buy your food. God forbid if you got to pay your phone and you have a car. But I don't have a car. A lot of black people, we don't have cars. But how can people pay, have all this money to pay? Because from my perspective of seeing things, the black people in this neighborhood, we poor. When could we get an upgrade into a luxury building? Black people, they dying off. But they're not living no American dream or no kind of luxury life. So it gets depressing when you just walk around all day, because that's what black people do in our community. We walk around, we go downtown, we take the subway, we walk around in our neighborhood, because you don't have money to travel and go nowhere on vacation. We don't walk around pulling those luggage bags. When do black America get a break and go on vacation? What black girl? Nah, we don't. And I know we don't, because I would be seeing sisters and families coming back from somewhere. We see everything. We out here in the neighborhood all the time. I don't see black families doing those type of things, like traveling. And when I go to people's homes, I don't see they have luxury homes and updated modern homes either. They poor. I'm not saying all black people are poor, but they middle class. They just bought a home and they still trying to get it together, but they haven't traveled up. They just now buying homes, some black people. My parents bought their home at a late age. They didn't buy it in their 20s and raise their family up in their homes. Homeowners, condominium, none of that luxury stuff. None. So it's important for us to have this support group. It's important for people who's black, especially who have money, to understand. Help us out. Help us stay afloat. What do you mean by help us stay afloat? Well, if you make a donation, we can have meetings where we can lift each other up and come together a little bit more often and want more. Because when people is not getting anywhere and don't go anywhere, it's hard for them to do anything. They give up. So help us not give up. And people giving up, they don't even go to the movies no more. You're going to tell me that's not giving up? It's not like people don't care. They don't have the money. If we had a support group, if I had this support group, if BWS was in effect with an office and someone more than me who's working, who care about the black community, we'd be going to the job market. We'd be looking at all the black people who work there. How many black people do you have? How many move up? How many got nice positions? If BWS was in effect, you know, they come in our black community, these construction workers, all the time, all the time. And it's not, no black men's working. They always white men's or men's of another origin. Now they Chinese men's, you know? First they used to be white, all white. Then it was all white and kind of Spanish. Then it turned from all white, Spanish, Indian. Now it's Chinese people got their own companies now. You know, and they come in here in the black community. And if BWS was in effect, BWS will make them hire. You can't work in our community if you don't have no brothers working with you. And I will have to make the city give them a fine. Because it's so unfair that as an American, we have to uplift everybody who want a better life. And they do succeed the Americans. Black ones, that is. They get to buy all the homes. Let's do a statistic count of all immigrants that came up here and who are homeowners and who are renters. Who live out in those nice homes on the islands, out the skirts of the United States? Of New York, of Brooklyn. Of Brooklyn and the suburbs. Let's look at the families. They're not black people. They're not American blacks. America take care of immigrants. And I'm getting sick and tired of having nothing. I'm getting sick and tired of it. That's why I started this nonprofit organization. And I want you to understand, you have to help if you have money. And I want the government to understand, you just can't allow all these people come over here all the time. Do you know the government allows, I heard that they allow 60,000 immigrants in the city a day. 60,000. That's a lot of people. But what about the American people? White America already got the bulk of the job. Remember I said it's lopsided? When you come on the subway, most of them working. And then it's, you know, and then not only is most of them working, they got most of the platforms. They live in most luxury homes. They live in all the luxury homes. They know how it feels to live in every type of home there is. So please don't look down on BWS. Because it's not fair when people don't get to live life and share life. And then the United States said we all equal. Stop saying that. Because we're not. I don't know no black American girl that's equal to white American females. I mean, you can even look. I don't mean to go there, but I'm going to always go there. Because I'm a woman. Look at all the black successful men. And look who they with. They're not with black girls. You know? And you can't say because black girls is ugly, black girls is loud, we fat now, but we never used to be fat. That's another thing. The food in our neighborhood sucks. We don't get fresh vegetables that everybody eating what we eat. Girl, they done came over here and took all the collard greens, the string beans, the chicken liver, the cornbread, oh my God, the macaroni. They done came over here and learned all the black people foods, how we like to eat. I'm talking about everybody. Love American cooking, how American people eat. Maybe it's because we're in America and our food is here, but you can't even find your own food. You can't find good chopped meat in the meat market. But if you go to the Jew area, will you believe you can find a package of chopped meat that's good? Same thing with the vegetables and the fruits. Will you believe you go to the white neighborhoods, the white stores like Whole Foods, and then you find your food? Everybody want to be black. But unfortunately, everybody's not black, and everybody should allow black people to move up. Because there's no country giving no black people any land or any jobs or a handout. But it's my country who gives everybody a chance. Everybody. And they take from black women's. They take the bulk of the black men's who are millionaires. And society up here in the United States make it seem like, in order for you to have success or to have a certain lifestyle, you got to step off the black culture. And I like to break that stigma within BWS. So BWS is so much needed. Please, people, those that can give, I have to ask you, I have to point to you, we over here don't have. I would like to stay as an American. I would love to go to the movies. I would love to travel, but with a group. I don't want to go somewhere by myself and go get on the boat and disappear like the other girls did. Or wind up in the freezer like one black girl did. No, I want to go with a group of black Americans where we all got eyes on each other. That's another reason why we need a support group. You can't treat us like this. Ain't no way in the world nobody's supposed to travel and wind up in the doggone freezer. Or so ain't no way in the world no black person supposed to travel and then go missing. Go in the water and go missing. We need to stick together and we need to have this support group. We have to care, people, black people. We have to care about our communities. We have to care about each other, ourselves. We have to care about our money, our jobs. We have to care about our lifestyle, our families. We have to care about our mental state. We do. We have to care about that. Nobody else supposed to care about you more better than you. And nobody's supposed to care about a culture no better than a culture. We have to start caring because United States is allowing us to get swallowed up and don't even care. And I don't like that because I'm left out here by myself. And I used to be beautiful. But I didn't get a chance because nobody never gave me a chance to get a job. So this activism in me came from a place. I didn't grow up thinking I'm going to be an activist. I had no idea. Activism was the least thing in my brain when I was growing up. But because of how I've been treated and how I had to live and how I changed and how I've been deprived, it caused for a serious alarm of me having some form of activism. As a YouTuber, I watch a lot of YouTube. And I came across this creator. His name is Cash Jordan. The video that he showed on YouTube, I'm going to show it to y'all. The name of the video is called Migrants Rush to New York City as Border Closes. I like for the people of the black community to view this video. I'm not going to play the entire video. That's why I gave you the name. And that way you can go search it for yourself if you want to watch the whole video. I'm going to play part of the video. But I just want to say, I'm playing the video to say that black people, you should stand up for your community. I'm playing the video to say to donors, especially funders who are black and heavily endowed with that cash, you should try to make a donation to BWS. That's it. Check out the video.
After announcing a new immigration policy, his order authorizes U.S. immigration officials at the southern border to deport large numbers of migrants without processing their asylum claims, and is leading to some confusion.
So many people trying to enter America can now be deported, and while proponents of this new policy say it may lessen congestion at the southern border, critics say it's only going to encourage people afraid of being deported to flee to sanctuary cities like New York.
A freight train carrying hundreds of migrants now speeding toward the U.S. border. Those on the front lines warn it's a literal embodiment of the challenges we face as a country.
Hundreds of people rallied today in the city against President Biden's executive order restricting the amount of asylum seekers who come into the country.
While demonstrators say it's an attack on migrants, others say the president's executive order is necessary.
He said he was going to support the immigrant community.
The immigrant community is under attack by both parties.
A little too late. I mean, after millions have gotten through, we have a lot of work to do to deal with the people that we have here who are committing crimes.
And while the president's new executive order can shut the border down, it does make some exceptions. For example, it does not apply to legal immigrants or to unaccompanied minors.
It's not secure. They're coming. We still have our pursuits. The cartel has not shut its operation down, and they've had no intent. They have the will to go ahead and exploit our border.
On Wednesday alone, 2,000 migrants were apprehended. The new reality appearing to change the minds of Americans on the best way to respond.
So a controversial new ban on border crossings is now in effect, causing many to question the future of the asylum crisis. But although critics on the left and on the right have problems with this new policy, what nobody's talking about is that although it might actually decrease migration at the southern border, it may encourage it to America's largest sanctuary city. Because even though the border might be tougher to cross, once you get to New York, your immigration status no longer matters. Because this city denies no one access to its incredibly generous safety net, which provides temporary room and board for single adults, along with unlimited room and board for families with children. Plus, there's access to education, healthcare, and prepaid debit cards to help with nutrition. And one of the most controversial sanctuary policies in New York is that if the police arrest somebody who's wanted by federal immigration, they don't hold on to that person, and they don't tell ICE that they have them in custody. And although proponents say this policy is designed to shield immigrants from unfair or unwarranted law enforcement actions, like deportation, when you combine this with New York's willingness to provide every one of life's necessities, along with caseworkers to expedite applications for asylum and work permits, critics say New York will continue to remain a top destination for immigrants regardless of whether or not the border is open, closed, or both. And that brings us to the real reason New York City's asylum crisis is far from over, because just as the federal government clamps down on the southern border, activists here in New York are rallying against this new executive action, saying it's bad for the country. Meanwhile, New York City continues expanding its arsenal of hotels, which are being converted into shelters, a policy which has reduced the supply of hotel rooms in the city by 20%. But although it looks like New York is digging in its heels for a long drawn-out ordeal, critics say the fact that we're welcoming asylum seekers at the same time there's a border crackdown is only going to encourage the people our government would want to deport to come here instead of going home, which critics say might make New York a destination not only for asylum seekers, economic migrants, but also for potential fugitives. So here we have buses, the cheapest way to travel the country from the southern border and come to a sanctuary city like New York, which is exactly what our elected officials here in the city and our elected officials at the federal level say they don't want to happen. But that's the opposite of what many people here in New York think. Right now we've got protesters taking to the streets over this border ban, complaining that the new restrictions on immigration are bad for America, and they're not exactly being quiet about it.
Over 200 day laborers and low-wage workers, many of them migrants, danced and rallied in Manhattan's Herald Square Thursday around a giant shipping container they say is a symbol of the border wall.
The immigrant community is under attack by both parties.
Earlier Thursday,
as you can see, people here are not too happy about this, and they're going so far as to call it an attack on immigrants. And although
it calls for a serious law for me having activism. And I'm not playing with this here. I like for you to help donate. I like for our little kids to get together and we all go on a trip, go on a bus outing or something. Like everybody else do, like other cultures do. How they do it, I don't know. They're like a gatekeeper. They're not telling me their information. And you know, you do have a lot of people that from other countries that support their own people. You got so many immigration officers out here. And they got employees. And I bet you that's not diversified, Jennifer, with no black people working there. You know what they're going to say? Because you don't know how to speak the language. Well, this is America. I thought you're supposed to speak English. What you talking about? See, United States got to stop crapping on Black America. The United States needs to stop cracking down on American people. They really need to stop that. That's what this platform is all about. We have to care about each other who's black. We're supposed to have a community. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. I'm going to ask for government funding. I just didn't get there yet. But I will be asking for government funding. I don't know how to get it. Nobody's not offering. I vote government officials. Nobody's telling me nothing yet. But I will ask. Because it's not fair for America to take care of everybody who want to be an American and leave Americans out. Stuck on crappy level jobs as a security guard or a crossing guard. Come on, this organization is needed to help people want to have more, go back to school and do more with your life. So I like to say, help us out. Make a donation. Look at all these people coming over here to America. Look at them. We need some ammo. Not gunfight, but we need some type of ammo to help us survive and thrive and not get squashed. And have it say so in America. Because America don't went global. America don't went global. Whenever we got to make any kind of phone calls, anything nowadays, you don't even hear the click. You don't even hear a click. And you're in Thailand, Senegal, Africa, Mexico. I still can't get a job now, trying to pay my bill, and I'm people in other countries talking to me, help me pay my bill. Where am I as an American? Honestly, I feel America is big enough, whereas if I got to pay my bill or if I got to do any services in the United States, I feel the United States is big enough that I should stay routed in the United States. I don't understand why I'm going out of the United States to take care of my business within the United States. See, we need this organization. We need this organization. And apparently, there were some more people who felt the same way. They signed up. But I enjoyed myself. And I hope you come back to the next video. Please, I hope you think about what I'm saying to a black person. Think about joining BWS. Think about your black community. You gotta care, people. You can't stop caring. You can't stop caring about who you are. And you can't do it by yourself. And you shouldn't want to help everybody to who you are is no longer around. You can help out a little bit, but it shouldn't be like, I help you so much. And then when you turn around, there's nobody who you are relatable to. So you got to care about your black self as well and your black community. your black family, your black mind, you know, your black heart. Please, think about it. Think about it. We somebody too. And you know what? We deserve a better life as well. We do. So let's get it together. I'm quite sure we will have a lot of fun. You know, it's more than having a support group. We can have friendship. It's more than friendship. We can have protection. It's more than protection. We can start thriving. Hey, think about it. Think about it. It ain't gonna take much out of your time just to come down to a meeting. It's not gonna take much. I'm like anybody else. I want to do what I gotta do and get out. But you know what? More importantly, I want to do what I gotta do for me. That will make my life better. We have to care about each other. We have to. We have to care about our health. We have to. And we should not have other people always in the front row acting like they more than who we are, talking about us. Could you help give? Could you help us survive and go to a movie, go to a concert, go to a ball game? Could you help the black community? Because black girls, we don't get out. And it's not because we don't want to. We just don't have the money. And the United States should learn how to start putting us in. And that's one thing BW is going to do, is start looking at the job market and the jobs. And how could we get into that? And look at those nice homes and the nice apartment buildings. How could we get into that? I'm talking about black folks. Thank you for coming by. I know it's hot. Stay cool and think about what I got to say. Think about it. Until the next video, good night.